a camera in every court and 2 streams in every case, right? Playing off of the old Herbert Hoover.
Yeah.
Put cameras in the courtrooms. Everything should be transparent and open. I don't care if there's nobody watching these traffic cattle calls that they do or whatever.
They should automatically be watched. Yep.
They should
do
all
it.
be there. It's free. The government has to put in the most minimal amount of effort. It's literally just live stream a camera on the courtroom. That's it. It doesn't have to be fancy. You don't have to have if the audio glitches up or whatever, you don't even have to really have tech support on it or anything. Just put the damn camera in the courtroom for every case. You've already got a camera recording these things. In every single courtroom that I've been in the past couple years, there's a camera. Even in the oldest buildings ever, they got a hardwired camera looking at me as defense counsel the entire time. Put those things, just broadcast them. Why are we not doing that? How is that not in the interest of justice?
But I think it's weird because they still want like this secrecy about a public trial. Like you have to physically go there. But you're right. I think this is nonsense. I think we pay their salaries, right? Those judges work for us. That courtroom works for us. And for them not putting cameras in there and forcing us to go down there is just ridiculous, right? We want to see it.
The importance of cameras in the courtroom cannot possibly be overstated. There is nothing that can be of more importance to anyone who cares about fairness and justice, which I believe is really 90% of Americans, and I don't care what side of the political aisle they're on. At the end of the day, I believe that you are part of that 90% of the American people, which really give a lot more of a damn about justice than my side winning. I believe that much more than 90% of Americans genuinely care about fairness and justice. That's the universal commonality that we all share. And we saw that in the Johnny Depp trial. How ultimately everyone wanted fairness and truth to prevail. It wasn't about gender. It was about who was right and who was wrong. Who really was doing something wrong and who really hadn't. And that's why transparency is so important. We need transparency, demanding transparency. It's so easy to provide it. The only reason for it to not be provided by either side is because someone is trying to hide something from us. And the more accountability we demand, the more transparency we demand, the more successful we'll be in getting that, and ultimately start weeding past the complete total BS that's thrown at us in our typical news media cycles, in the rinse cycles, no matter who's washing the news towards us. And collectively, that is something we all should be screaming for. Every one of us should be screaming for more transparency, more cameras, more visibility, more access to information. Instead of locking away because, it might look bad for this politician or for that judge or from whomever. More access, more exposure to direct sources of information.
So there's Trump walking in. A lot of security, man. And they tell us that he's turned himself in. He's going to be arraigned later. Still waiting around. Not exactly sure what is going on in the courtroom. The audio-visual capabilities today at the proceeding says the judge ruled on the media public access issue. Lawyer and proud hillbilly is Leslie Gordon. Says in his first real ruling in the case, Judge Merchan did a pretty good job. Says it's a perfectly ordinary kind of ruling and actually pretty conservative as regards judicial views of cameras in the courtroom. He refused live audio video coverage of the whole arraignment. Trump's lawyers opposed that. They wanted audio-visual in there, but of course, his lawyers lose. The judge said no. Did set up overflow viewing and set up ticket system for entry for the public and the media. Allowed cameras in the hallways, but banned phones and laptops in any of the courtrooms. So that means, I guess, the overflow viewing might be for viewing, but no phones. So you can just watch it in the overflow room, but you don't actually get to restream it out in any way. Which sounds like the federal court system. So we're not going to get to see this either. Certain people, they'll televise for us. Others, they like to hide. When they hide stuff, you get curious about that. Why are they hiding this stuff? They don't want you to see them stabbing somebody in the back like cowards. So Leslie says, as I said, pretty standard for high pro case. Okay. Really? Okay. Like which ones? While reflecting the conservative, hostile view most judges have to media coverage of the judiciary. Well, we got Derek Chauvin that was live streamed the whole thing.
I'm asking you, sir. Did
sure
you say
did.
that?
You heard it. I'm pretty sure you did.
You call him a fucking pussy ass bitch.
If that's what you heard, I'm sure that's what
I'm
I did.
asking you, did you say that?
If that's what the video recorded, so I did.
We trust police officers. We trust them when we need help. We
Do
call them for
we?
help. We trust that they're going to take care of the problems that
You
they
can
are
tell this
assigned
guy's
to
a
deal with.
prosecutor. Everybody else in the
trust them.
courtroom's like, we don't trust cops. Go ask the Chauvin family if they
We
trust
also
cops,
give them
or
great authority.
the
We
Floyd
give them
family.
great power.
You guys trust cops? How
We
about
give
before
them
this? Do you
power
trust them
to
then?
Use force that individuals to detain. And with great power, of course, comes great responsibility. So they're not sent out there by themselves to do this. They're given
They're all Spider-Man
substantial
now.
training.
We got Kyle Rittenhouse was streamed.
Since August 25th, 2020, this is the first time that you have told your story.
Yeah, object, absolutely object.
Sustained.
He's a Fifth Amendment right.
Since August 25th, 2020, you've had the benefit of watching countless videos of your actions that night, correct?
I've seen certain videos, not all of them. I've seen the majority of them actually here during the trial.
This is
You've
true.
also had the
Fair.
opportunity to read articles. People have written interviews, things like that, about what happened that night, correct?
I do my best to avoid what people write on the internet. A majority of it is not true.
The 8-day trial, correct?
Yes.
And you've had the opportunity.
Those are both state level cases. Very high profile cases. Why can't we see this one? Ban phones, ban laptops in any of the courtrooms because they don't want you to see them. They like to operate in the dark of night. So we're going to wait and see what that stuff, what that ruling looks like when it hits the court docket. But no cameras. Of course, because why would they want us to see what's going on in there?
Former President Donald Trump, there at the start of his arraignment. This was done right at the start when photographers were allowed in Part 59, after which they were, according to a prior order from the judge, asked to leave.